Hello, my name's Christine. Welcome to Book Talk. Today we're discussing Never Fade, the highly anticipated second installment of the Darkest Minds trilogy. Now, if you're watching this and you have still yet to pick up The Darkest Minds, oh, sweetie, pick up the book. If you haven't read The Darkest Minds yet, I'm gonna ask you to leave right now because I don't want to spoil you about this. 5 people who have yet to read The Darkest Minds at all. We all know how we ended in The Darkest Minds. That emotional scarring is just... If you need a refresher, go ahead and go back and watch my The Darkest Minds book talk, and it'll all come crashing back. Alexandra likes to leave us with that punch in the gut, tidal wave of emotions, and then book ends. So while reading this one, I was ready. It was fantastic. So if you haven't read it yet, go out, get it, read it, and then come back and we'll discuss it together. So bye if you haven't read Never Fade yet. Bye! Okay! Never Fade had a bit of a Lost Hero type of feel, like the frustration of being Annabeth. It was kind of like, Liam! I want Liam, and I want him now. And we start off with that opening chapter when she's on this op. We're not really sure what exactly is going on. It's 6 months later. But the first chapter, she pulls the bag off his head and she thinks it's Liam. And so I think it's Liam. Like, it's so excited because I thought, wow, oh my God, Liam's already back in the story. Yes, and then it was Cole. Okay, let's just talk about Cole for a second. Just so you know, everyone, spoilers. I'm going to spoil Never Fade for you right now. Leave and read the book first. Do not listen to this part, okay? Cole! First of all, it's very disappointing to see your face. And second of all, Cole's a red! The gasp that came out of my mouth. I read the sentence twice because I had to be... What? At the end, we have this big reveal where Clancy and Ruby have just been attacked by one of the bad dudes working at the League. And he needs a light, and then Cole snaps his fingers and it looks like he lit a match. And then his whole arm lights on fire. Oh my God. That was insane. This turns everything upside down because what adults are side people? Which one? Are we gonna stumble upon more? This opens a whole nother can of crazy ass worms. I wish you would tell Liam. I think that would really help their relationship because it's really, really tense. I mean, they had their little hug, and then we had that hilarious moment. Vita's like, some people are still trying to get out of here, you assholes. So now we know someone of all the colors because we meet that other red when we're at the fake East River, and he was scary, and that leads us to believe that all reds kind of lose themselves. So now we have a red in our crew, basically. We did not see Suze at all. Zoo, I'm hoping we catch up with her in the final book. I've been listening to Demi Lovato's new album. There's this song, 2 Pieces, and I feel like it goes really well with this Darkest Minds idea.
We don't know where to go.
What are our opinions of Cole? We don't know he's a red till the end. That really flipped me on him because I was on edge. I didn't know if I should trust him or not. I kind of did, but there was that little part of me that doubted him. And at the end, when he did light that match, I was like, what is Cole doing here? And then he was a red, and then just, never mind. He's good. He passed. Good job, man. I didn't remember from past book that Liam's brother's name was Cole. So in the beginning, that first chapter, when they were like, Agent 27, they went out of their way to give him a different name. So I really did think it was going to be Liam or someone we knew because of the Agent 27 lack of real name. We got a whole group of new characters in Never Fade. Of course, we still have Rob. We had that whole line in Darkest Minds that got chopped really quickly about how he killed those kids. And we really delved into that issue in Never Fade because we're with the Children's League and Rob is just killing kids. Ow, that really hurt my hand. In the very beginning, we see him try to kill Ruby and Vita. Can't kill them. They're like cockroaches. Fuck you, Rob. First new person we meet is Vita. Just kind of had a Chubbs-like feel. I don't know what's going on with Chubbs and Vita, but they kind of got grouped together a lot towards the end. Like Chubbs, we kind of dislike her, kind of. really didn't like her or trust her at all in the beginning, but she really grows on us, and you can tell that she has a really hard outer shell, but she's human under there. She's a person that cares, and I really like her bonding moments with Ruby. Just like The Darkest Minds, there's these really great character development bonding moments just scattered throughout the entire book. Ruby's unloading that story about how she went too far with Rob in his mind, and Vida just talks her through it. She's there. Her sassiness, and the beginning it's like, shut up. But towards the end, she was really funny. I love how she calls Jude Judith at just all the times. And then that one time, she calls him a Nimrod. And he's like, excuse me. Ruby goes, she's been calling you Judith the last 6 months, but you get offended by that. He goes, okay, I guess I just don't see what's wrong with being called a girl. You guys seem pretty awesome. So Jude, cutie patootie, 14-year-old, 15-year-old kid, and he's a yellow. We don't have much experience being with yellows who can really control their powers. Jude's got a good handle on it. I feel like the League was really a big help with the kids that were taken in with their abilities, because they really all have it under control, and that's what makes them dangerous, them not having it under control. I feel like it would be a good idea to set up some sort of training power school for the Psy kids. And then we've got Nico. Nico, I pictured just like the Nico from Percy Jackson. He's just silent and snappy, very similar. We don't really get to know Nico very well. So when we find out that he was this traitor at the end, it wasn't a big shocker for me. Not that I was suspecting him, but I wasn't like, oh my god, Nico would never betray us. I don't even know that kid. And then we have Albin, and Albin is the man who started the Children's League, and he started with good intentions. The guy is on their side. He treats Ruby pretty well. Cole likes him, so I trusted him. Too bad he got shot. I really like this shower scene with Ruby and Cole. Liam comes up, and we're just waiting to hear about Liam. Like, we just want Liam quality scene. They get dropped off in good old Boston, Massachusetts. We get to Liam's house, and Ruby just breaks out running because she sees someone coming out of the house. Get all excited because we think it's gonna be Liam. It's Chubbs, and even then, the tears. And then it's kind of confusing because Chubbs yells out for Liam, and for a second we got our hopes up that Liam is maybe with Chubbs. But he's not. Go along for a while before we hit this fake East River. Now, before we get to the East River, Ruby goes, we want to see the slip kid, please. And I am, no, why would we want to see the slip kid? Why? Why on earth would we want to see Clancy ever again? And then we walk into this dingy, rundown pizza crab cellar, and this kid's sitting on a throne at the end of it. The kid was a blue, and I was like, you're nothing. Idiot. Knox. Just, I don't understand. This bitch taking their jackets when they get, why must you take their f***ing jackets? You have your own jacket. He's a sick kid. I don't understand why anyone followed him, because it's clear that he's fucked up. All his little hunter kids they could have ganged up against him. Or all the little kids who were being oppressed could have ganged up against it. And just total shocker when we go into that tent and Liam is in the center of it all, dying. Ruby goes in this room, sees all these sick kids. She's like, I'm going in there. It's going down. We're getting out of here today. When we go in there, I just really wanted her to just storm the stage. But instead, she kind of engages him in this conversation to try to get him to touch her. Vita's up there because he's a misogynistic freak. She sits down in his chair, in his throne. This bitch has nerve to take his cigarette and put it out in Ruby's hand. Oh! Nox needs the girls to fight in this ring of fire to be initiated. Nox unleashes the red. Ruby finally gets her shit together. We've been waiting for it all throughout the past book. We've seen what Clancy could do. Just looks at you. You're mine. It's the best. And she was like, red! It was almost unconscious, the letting go. It was complete and immediate, like releasing a deep breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. We got that breath we didn't know we were holding line, but just used in the best of ways. Celebrate good times, come on. We needed this, or else we'd never be able to take Clancy. When she takes down Nox, like, get down here. and no one knows she's orange yet. Oh, it's the best! After we defeat Nox, Kate has told them that in Hangar 1 at the nearest airport, there's a ton of supplies. They're doing this little hike, and Jude has his compass, and he's talking about how he feels like he shouldn't feel proud to have it anymore because he's not proud to be part of the League. We know this compass. There's something with the compass. He's talking about it, and it's on the cover. I am immediately thinking, oh my god, is there a tracker in this compass? Why haven't we thought of the possibility of the compass being a tracker? I love the leapfrog game that the Blues play across the river, though. I mean, it's so much fun to be a Blue. So, all this anticipation, going to the warehouse. Something's gonna go wrong. Ruby finally finds the medicine. She's jamming the stuff in her bag, and she gets stabbed in the back. Literally stabbed. I'm flipping out because, oh my god, our lead character was just, usually stabbing means dying. Stabbed. The alarm's going the frig off. All the Psy guys are outside and the kids are idiots and they run outside and they all get shot. This escape scene was super awesome. Jude was super awesome. It was raining. I was a little afraid that the kids were gonna like step in the rain and Mandy was gonna do a thing and then the kids were gonna get electrocuted. But they didn't. Then we all take off sprinting, right? Just take off because people are after us, just running. And here's Ruby. She just got stabbed. And she's running by herself. And she trips. And just everyone just keeps going. I just baffled. What the heck? Did everyone just forget that Ruby, the leader of the gang, your savior, is bleeding from a stab wound? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Just Jude. Like, why didn't you? I was waiting for Jude to come back for her. Didn't. When that muzzle went on her face, I felt like there was a muzzle on my face. I was having a panic attack. She couldn't get it off, and it was like, what am I? We can't go back to. He was gonna take her back to Thurmond. Like I just was so. My anxiety. The thing is, we know that Ruby can now get in people's heads by just looking at them, making eye contact. And sometimes she doesn't even have to make eye contact. So I was wondering why she couldn't just do that. Earlier on this little venture, why couldn't she do that to Rob when came to get her? I guess she was really weak and dying, bleeding out on her stab wound and stuff, whatever. I mean, we can give her that, but just frustrated because we're like, Ruby, use your ability, please! Then she does, and she goes a little crazy and kills Rob. It was just such a vivid scene, and you're reading it, and kicking repeatedly at the doors until they burst open, and then Vita having to cut off the mask, and Liam being a part of that rescue party just warmed my heart because he didn't have his memories, but he was so worried. And that's your first hint about the memories. The new gang starts camping on their own, and now we've got the Ruby Liam situation. Ruby breaks down in the middle of the night. We know Liam's gonna be there. And then Ruby tells him she's part of the League. What, must you really, Ruby? And I'm thinking maybe Liam's just going to remember, because he seems to remember little things. He says that thing about being a green when they're in the gas station, and she goes, I know you hate me, and he's like, hate you? I love you! I don't even know you, but I love you! Oh, it was so good. It was so good, and I'm so mad at Ruby again. It would have been better. I honestly think it would have been better to have Liam with her in the League. I'm totally on Liam's side in this one. When they kiss, she slips into his brain and tears down these curtains. This being able to remove the curtains that she put up is interesting. It brings up a lot of questions. Did she actually take down those curtains? Or was it because Liam is Psy that she was able to do that because the darkest minds never fade? Or is it possible for her to undo what she did to her parents? What she did to Sam? Can she give back the memories? When he kisses her and she pulls away a little bit and he's like, no, don't do this to me. I love that whole description, how she's imprinted on his heart somehow. He saw her and he knew he loved her, but he did not know why. And I just felt so bad for him. Fix him, Ruby! You better fix him! You better not leave. Like, I can't believe Ruby still thinks she's going to separate from Liam and Chubbs. Please You can't separate yourself from them. How could you even think about that? They have to come with you. You better not leave each other again. And at the end, Ruby kind of overhears Liam mumble, we'll stay with them until we know how to get out of California. I mean, he means them, like Ruby, you and me, will stay here until they, the group of people that Cole is controlling, get them out of California. That's what Liam means. After they make out, Liam remembers the safe house and he remembers them being together. And when he asks that question, you just not want to be with me. Liam, no! I'm so glad she just immediately shuts that down. No, how could you possibly think that? But how could you not think that? Seeing it from Liam's eyes, it's just, why would you do that to me? We trusted each other. That's why it was so upsetting at the end of Darkest Minds, because how could she? How could she do that? It was just... Still mad at her. I heard the gunshots, the 1-2 punch of explosive sound that shattered a wall of glass and brought my world down with it. That, how can you not be nervous about Liam after reading that sentence? Chubbs pulls up with the van. Chubbs and Liam go have a little powwow in the gas station about this remembering thing. Meanwhile, Vida and Ruby are chattering away with Kate. Now, this whole Kate ordeal, I never hated Kate. We got this really good vibe from her when she rescued Ruby. She seemed very protective and motherly and such, and she is, and I like how we get more character development on her in this book. Alexandra Bracken plants this "see you later, alligator" in an hour sunflower little saying. You remember it because in an hour sunflower is really weird. I don't know what you used to say. In a wild crocodile. Even this weird text was weird because it said after a while crocodile. When they got this text back and then they didn't tell the boys, so we get to the Dairy Queen. Not telling the boys, mistake number one, but they just park right across from it. I just park a few blocks down, okay? Take some precautions. I know you're all powerful and crap, but seriously, stop making me so worried. Vida and Ruby just go off. Let's just check it out first. You guys just stay in the car. First of all, like Jude is gonna actually stay in the car for longer than 5 minutes. Second of all, like Liam and Chubbs are gonna stay in the car for more than 5 minutes. I mean, Ruby sees Clancy. When she saw Clancy, I threw down the book. No, I never want to see Clancy again unless he's getting a bullet pushed through his skull. And we've got him, and they don't shoot him. She's got her gun trained on him, and she doesn't shoot him. I can't imagine a reason why we would even let him speak. He has way too much control over all of us, and I don't even care. I know Ruby's in control of her powers and such, but that's not a reason to let Clancy still live. He's too manipulative, he's too dark, he's too twisted, he's too messed up. That whole scene. Stupid, shoot him. Well, if I were them, I would got my ass out of there until I had my whole crew with me and discussed exactly what was going down. Because Clancy's not going anywhere. Take to break it to you guys, he's not going anywhere. He came all this way to meet up with you. So why couldn't you go back outside and tell the boys what was up? Why couldn't you be like, hey guys, Clancy's in there, that guy who mass murdered a whole camp of children. Last time we saw him, almost raped me, paralyzed Liam, beat him to a pulp, but no. Let's just walk up to him and assume it's gonna be okay. Everything ends up kind of working out with the Clancy ordeal, which was unexpected, but still, they should have taken precautions. I don't know why they immediately believed everything that Clancy said. Because Clancy can lie, okay? Ruby may not be able to be controlled by him, but that doesn't mean she can control him. See, Clancy did this thing where he made Ruby believe she couldn't be intruded by him, she couldn't be affected by his abilities. And then she was! Too confident, bringing along Clancy on this mission to get all the kids out of headquarters. Didn't think it was a good idea. I still am not on board with this having Clancy around. Put a bullet in his head. The probability of him being a risk is way higher than the probability of being able to use him for an asset. It's like this. Even if you were gonna trade him, it would take him 5 seconds to manipulate himself out of that trade. Yeah, if we didn't let him live, then we would have never found that files and we wouldn't have the research. But I thought the research was on the flash drive. Now Kate, we don't know what happened to Kate. It's possible that flash drive is gone, but I feel like those papers, the research, is on the flash drive. Don't you think? Or why else would this flash drive be so important? Supposedly, the flash drive contains what caused the Ian virus. I mean, I think we've all come to assume from what we've read in the book that the government actually caused the virus. Maybe by accident, maybe they were testing it and didn't realize it was an airborne virus. It was their bad. Now they're trying to hide it and make it seem like it was a natural plague and blah, blah, blah. Whatever, maybe those papers were pretty important. Whatever. Fine, they're important papers. It's a good thing she didn't shoot them. But he did trick them, and they did almost all die. When they turned to Ruby and asked her who she was talking to, oh, was I mad.
Fucking, I knew I shouldn't trust that little shit.
But she found him, and, you know, whatever, hit him, and he got all unconscious, and I loved when they locked him in that closet. I was like, yeah, who's locked in the closet now, bitch? It was a great moment walking away from Clancy, locked in a closet. So we go back upstairs in headquarters, and everyone's like, yay, we won, and Cole makes his little speech, and I'm just like, okay, can we talk to Liam? Let's get things straight with Liam. We never really have a get things straight conversation. I mean, they're together because they're in these really stressful situations where they're not going to be mad at each other because maybe they're going to die and you don't want to die mad at each other. It's stupid. I mean, they're not mad at each other, but it seems they're on different pages. They need to talk things out. Get it written down on paper, metaphorical paper, that they're not separating. I just want them to mutually agree that whatever they do, they're gonna stick together. We're watching TV, and this assassination goes down, and it seems too perfect. They happen to look at the TV, and the president happens to be walking out, and the blue just happens to come out of nowhere and happens to shoot him twice in the chest. If this guy was gonna assassinate the president, I mean, I think I would assume that the guy's wearing a bulletproof vest in public. I'm just sitting there like, I don't think he's dead. Everyone's freaking out that the president was shot. But he wasn't shot in the head, so he probably did plan that attack, so he could attack the Children's League, just like Clancy said. Then everything's hunky-dory, and we know, because of the Darkest Minds, it's not gonna end like that. There's no way in hell. Kate tells us she has to go and get transportation, and she doesn't come back for a long period of time, and I'm wondering, okay, what happened to Kate? And then they're bombed! When the first bomb went off, all the yellows are kind of in a state of shock. I'm thinking that the president just dropped a nuclear bomb on LA, and I'm like, oh my god, everyone's gonna die, radiation poisoning, I don't even know. But that's not what happened. It was just normal bombs, just chaos, and we're going through these tunnels. I don't know where during this whole period of time Ruby stashed those files, because when she pulled them out at the end, I didn't really think about it. Where were they? Were they in your shirt? Finally, reach dry land. We sit down with Liam. I'm excited because I think they're finally gonna have the talk, but actually, they're just kind of in shock. I could tell we had very little pages left. I'm like, we're not gonna get the talk. Damn it. And I'm so focused on that. But then we hear Ruby talk about seeing Jude. So we just assume he's there too. Then the kid turns around and it's not Jude. And Ruby starts flipping a shit. I didn't think that Jude was gonna be dead. I should have known because of the cover, because we still didn't get a really big significant push from the compass, but I wasn't thinking about that. Okay, well, Chubbs and Liam volunteer to go down and find Jude. From Ruby's POV, I'm not letting them go without me, but Ruby lets them go without her, and I'm just like, freaking damn it! Another chance for something terrible to happen to Chubbs and Liam. This is a sweet puppy of a character. I was in such a state of shock because of everything else that had happened that it really was like a slow cry. It was a slow burn of emotions. It wasn't like my breakdown at the end of The Darkest Minds. And because I was so armored up for this kick, I didn't feel it as hard, but oh, it's so sad. And now Liam's back to his old self. He's this wall of support. I love how he doesn't let Ruby push him away. And then, that's not even it. We're not done yet. His plane flies by and it releases what looks like red gas, and I'm like, oh my god, no, what? Are you kidding? It's just papers, of course, blaming the Children's League for everything that's ever happened ever. And then, who stumbles out of a storm drain door? Oh, it's Clancy! Oh! Will you just die already? She was locked in a closet. The place collapsed. His mom created a cure. A cure. It was just kind of a shock to hear. It was like in the Vampire Diaries when they announced that there's a cure. Who knows? Modern science, if they created it, there should be a way to cure it. The end just left us with such a great image. It was Clancy on the floor. Ha ha! I burned those files. There will never be a cure. Kill my mom, I win. And there's nothing you can do about it because I set those files on fire. You mean this research? Clancy needs to be shot right now, and I don't think he's gonna be shot. Do you think he's gonna be dead in the beginning of the next book? Doubtful, because now they want to use him to trade with the president, but you can't. Like, I don't know why people can't get it through their minds. You can't control this kid. I really like in this book how we kind of have this theme woven in that not everyone, not all adults are against the kid. Because in the other book, we don't trust anyone over the age of 21 or so. Oh my god, those tickets that said stay safe from the women that Ruby was manipulating to drive them to the bus station. I mean, when they fell out, I cried. And how Jude always saw the good in people and was ready to trust them, and how they took that risk with Andy, and he turned out just to be a genuinely really nice guy who wanted to help keep them safe. What we're hoping for the next book, Liam and Ruby back on the same page. We need the talk, and we want the talk to go well. Hopefully we'll find Zeus. Hopefully we'll find, I want Ruby to reunite with her grandma at the end of this whole thing, or some person in her family. I want her to fix her parents. I want some resolution there. Cole and Liam, I think their bond as brothers is gonna be fixed. Because Cole's gonna have to share his fire secret. I mean, that's gonna come out. He's a red. It's gonna come out in the next book. It has to. And maybe we'll meet some other adults that have abilities. That'll be really interesting. And then the cure. How is it administered? What is it? Has it been tested? Was that what they were testing in the Vita stations? I don't know. We didn't hear enough about Vita to really know for sure if Clancy's mom was working with them or if they were working on just figuring out who started the plague. Hopefully Kate's okay. I'm gonna bet on she is okay. I want to see President Gray actually die. I want to see that happen. I don't know who would take his place, but I'd be happy with Ruby and Liam co-presidenting. Let's just make a monarchy, king and queen. Queen of the United States of America, Ruby. Can't remember her last name right now. I want them all to just be able to rebuild their lives. They're just all lost right now. They're all kids with no homes. The more you think about it, the sadder their situation becomes, because they're just on the road all the time moving, that if you don't really stop thinking about the fact that they're all homeless, they can't go home. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. What do you think is gonna happen in the third book? What will the third book be called? My favorite parts of this book have to be the gas station scene, Ruby taking control of her abilities. I love the scene right before they initiate their plan in headquarters. Right before they burst out of the tunnel into headquarters, Liam grabs Ruby and she turns around and they kiss and he goes, "Give him hell, darling." And Vita goes, "And for the love of God, bitch, don't get stabbed this time." I'm Christine. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye! Hello! Hi. I'm Christine, and today we're here with the lovely Alexandra Bracken. Hi! Maybe you've heard of her? Like maybe you've heard of that book, The Darkest Minds, that I've been like raving about for the last year?